Good evening, and thank you for joining us this evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Could somebody please move action 1.02 to approve the agenda?
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Passes 6-0-0. In the event of an emergency and we need to evacuate the building, we have 2 exits out of our room. Please, when you go outside the doors of the building, move away from the building as far away as possible. Would you please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There is nobody signed up for public forum this evening, and I wanted to remind the community, if you need to reach out to the Board of Education for board matters, please reach us at our email clerk@fulton.cnyric.org. And if you have any just day-to-day school information that you need, you can reach out to Mrs. Trude at dtrude@fulton.cnyric.org, and she will put you in the correct direction to answer your questions. All right. Action 1.06. Can I get somebody to approve the September 23 regular meeting minutes?
Move it. Second.
So Lori and Tim. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Passes 6-0-0. So for the next 2 months, we have a few meetings that are on our President's report for us to keep in mind. We've got a few policy committee meetings, health and safety meetings. We have a couple of our regular board meetings coming up. We will also be doing the DCC site-based meeting on October 20th, and I do believe that we have 2 board members who said that they will be joining too. Okay, so then when the next one comes around, we'll kind of switch that up a little bit maybe. All right, so that'll be great. We also have our NISBA training conference that's coming up next week. So we will be bringing back some things that we learned from the training. Mr. Lawrence, you actually did a training yourself last week.
I did.
You were able to, it's a month of training for you.
Yes, had a lot of training going on, but all very positive, good stuff to bring back.
Okay, can't wait to hear about that. Thank you. Halloween is coming up. I know that's a half day for students. Also the end of the marking period. I can't believe we're already that close to the end of the marking period, so that's exciting. We have a Title I family engagement meeting coming up. And for those of you who are wondering, most of us are wearing some form of purple or blue this evening. It's always nice to be invited to things by our community members, and we were invited to the volleyball game this evening. All the fun stuff happens when we're on.
Soccer.
Oh, soccer, I'm sorry. Soccer, volleyball on my brain. The soccer game this evening, thank you, Ms. Pearl. All the fun things seem to happen when we're at board meetings. But this is, they're raising money for the pediatric stroke awareness. That is through, is it Upstate Hospital? So if you are out and about, feel free to join down at the soccer field and cheer our girls
They'll
on.
have a table set up there with Upstate staff members, and they'll take any donations for it, because they developed or they have a fund. It's the Dylan Kaza Fund for pediatric,
Okay,
stroke victims.
and thank you for bringing that to our attention this evening.
Yeah, who's her mom?
Yes, that's great. And with that, if there are no questions or anything, oh, I did want to, Mr. DeJalorme, you were able to go to the training with our board members a couple
Yes.
of weeks ago.
Yep.
So I just wanted to
Ex officio.
ask you how that
It was good. I was hoping she'd be here so she could say what she got out of it.
Yeah, we'll ask her again when she's here. Mr. Lawrence let me know that she is doing her tennis.
Tennis
Finals.
sectionals, I think they were up in Watertown tonight, so.
Yes.
It's something that I think any new ex officio should attend.
I'm so
Should
glad
they
we have that
another
now.
one. I think it was the first one
Okay,
that they've had. And, yeah, so our second in waiting should attend. I don't know, I'll check with NISBA and see if they're going to have another one.
okay. Was that Central New York or NISBA that you, or Central New York? School
You
Board?
know what? Central New York.
Okay. Yeah, that would be great if they have another one, so keep us informed on that.
Will do.
And thank you so much for joining our students. Appreciate it.
They gave some great information. I think Ms. Hallenbeck got a lot out of it. They didn't just teach, they had what am I looking for?
Scenarios.
Exercises for them to do
So,
on communication and goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's great. Can't wait to hear from
Communicate at a
you.
board meeting. Yeah, so they have good information.
All right, a day well spent. Thank you.
Mrs. Elbaba,
I am just a mess tonight. Yes, Mrs. Johnson.
I'm sorry. Before we move on, I just wanted to double check and bring it attention to the board because I just noticed it when I was writing in my schedule. The November 12th board meeting is on a Wednesday. The Tuesday is a Veterans Day. So
Yes,
just-
thank you for
Yes.
pointing that out.
Yes,
That is
okay.
correct.
Because I would have messed it up.
No, you got us all on the right path on that one, so thank
And-
you.
Mrs. Oliver, I also attended the pre-training this week last week for the NISBA's resolutions
Okay.
to be a delegate. And just so you know, if anyone is interested, they can attend and look and watch to see how things get voted on, what resolutions,
Okay.
what it looks like. We were all invited on our emails too.
Yep, I
for
did see that
Thursday,
link that came through.
The
so-
4th, and it was interesting to get a little bit more in-depth on their policies and how they're planning on going forward with it, and they're hoping that it's not gonna be as long.
Yes, this is later this week, correct?
Yes, Thursday.
All
Thursday
right.
4th.
Well, thank you both for sitting in on that.
Did you attend today's orientation, delegate orientation?
No, because I'm not an official
You're not an
delegate, I'm an
official, yeah.
alternate, but I got to do the pre,
Good.
yeah.
Great.
Probably the same information.
Yes, it was all about how to vote,
Yes.
which I read in the booklet that got sent out to, so.
Well, thank you. All right, well, with that, I think we'll just pass it on over to you, Mr. Lawrence, for your
All right.
superintendent's report.
Thank you. So we have a few things. We're going to start things off with a little presentation and update on our strategic coherence plan. We have our building principals here with us tonight. We're going to take us through the work they've been doing, our team has been doing throughout the summer and at the beginning of this school year to really set the focus for our district instructionally to kick off the school year. We do plan on doing some other updates throughout the school year, so mid-year and then at the end of the school year as well, to share more data. Tonight will be less data, more focused on the actual processes that we've gone through as a team and at the building level. So turn things over to Mr. Hendrickson here.
All right, and the principal, if you wanna come on up and join us. So, before we get started, this is the rough draft form of our strategic coherence plan for the public. So this is what we should have the polished version for our DCC meeting on the 20th. City BOCES is going to do some printing for us. The PR team, Alex and his team, did a great job putting this together. So this encapsulates kind of what our 5-year plan is for people to kind of read. Hopefully it's acronym free and easy to digest what our plan and what our goals are. And the idea of, like, we started here with the 3 circles, but the idea of a strategic coherence plan is, strategic is to have an aim and to achieve it, and then coherence is our ability to work together and be unified. So that idea of having a long-term goal and then working together to achieve it is really what our focus has been, with that idea of focusing on our culture, how we build that culture of goal setting, the systems and structures that we have and we put in place around it. And then ultimately that drives our student learning, wellness, and life pathways, which is really kids being in charge of their own learning.
Each summer, our administrative retreat begins by pulling together all our district administrators and our building principals to align our work around the strategic coherence plan. The purpose is to reconnect on our shared vision, strengthen our teamwork, and set clear priorities for the year ahead. This year, our retreat focused on building relationships, identifying our year 2 priorities, under learning, wellness, and life pathways, and establishing our district goals that will guide our building improvement plans for the year. We also mapped out the leadership calendar and prepared for opening day to ensure a consistent, coherent message for the staff. Overall, the retreat helped us start the 25-26 school year with clarity, connection, and a shared focus on moving the strategic coherence plan forward.
That actually started with a 2-day workshop with our about 50 of our staff attended, put on by the Hannigans, John and Jessica Hannigan, who are from Solution Tree. We really looked at our MTSSI model, our multi-tiered system of supports for behavior, for SEL, looking at what kind of frameworks we have, what systems we have, how we can strengthen those across our 6 buildings. And we came up with that was like the kickoff before we did our retreat, and really got into the planning and the digging into what we needed to do to support our kids.
So our year 2 focus is on deepening our coherence plan. One of the things that we're looking at is goal setting for all buildings, which we really kicked off last year. And we're continuing this year, and we're building on what we started last year and refining and making things better. We're also looking at refining our MTSS, one, to support all learners. We're expanding our PLTs to strengthen student learning. We are strengthening our Tier 1 instruction through consistency, clarity, and collaboration. And we're building leadership capacity to sustain coherent systems. One of the things that we did take away from the behavioral solutions training that Jeff was referring to earlier, yes, we're hitting an acronym, is that Red Dragon SOAR. And this is something that we have looked at, especially at the high school level, is we've aligned our behavioral expectations with the SOAR acronym, which stands for self-control, on-task behavior, achievement, and respect. And what you see here on the right-hand side is a sample flyer that we put together that we are posting up across the building. This one in particular is for hallway expectations. We have them for classroom expectations. We have them for lunchroom, for restrooms. So these have been created with that SOAR acronym in mind, and we're using that to move forward and teaching kids what the expectations are across the building.
Are they the same posters for all of the buildings, or do you have more of like an elementary level and a?
So the design is the same, however, the details in the middle, what the expectations are, those vary based on level.
Okay, perfect.
And that's a sample, that's not any buildings, that's
Yep.
just one to kind of show what each
Right.
of the expectations would look like.
Okay.
Over the summer, we had a district school improvement day where we were able to continue the positive energy and focus from our summer MTSS symposium with the theme of the Amazing Dragon Race, Mapping the Journey. So the purpose of our school improvement day together was to build a common understanding of our goals and ensure that each building was aligned around our strategic coherence plan. So we started with some Know Your Crew activities to strengthen our relationships and collaboration across, not only within our teams within the building, but across the district. You know, we all have strengths that we bring to the table, so that was some pretty powerful time that we spent together before we dove into the strategic coherence plan update. Then we transitioned into team time planning, where we mapped out goals and strategies for the year and how to carry out our goals of the plan. We ended the day with sharing out and reflecting, celebrating our progress of year 1, and reinforcing our collective commitment to coherence and student success and how we're going to build on that for year 2. And that day really set the positive tone for a unified start for the 25-26 school year.
So we're looking to create a goal-setting culture. By this, we want to set goals on 3 different levels. We want the students to set goals, we want our PLT teams to set goals, and we want every individual in the building to set goals. How best to guide our kids than to guide them through our own goal setting that we can share with them and reflect on with them side by side. So we want to help our kids because it's important that our kids take ownership of the goals that they have. And they need to hold themselves to account. That means it needs to be very important to them, right? And tracking them over time, we're going to guide them in different directions, being attendance goals, behavior, and academic goals as we set our own.
We know that when our teams get together to learn, we've formally systematized our PLT multi-structures, so basically, regardless of what building you're gonna go to, you're gonna see the same setup for each team. They have an agenda, they have a set of protocols, they have norms that they agree to when they have these meetings. And the meetings are guided by 4 questions where we want our students to learn. How do we know that they've learned it? How do we respond if they haven't learned that material? And then how do we respond when they have learned it? So when we're trying to get across the board, have those collegial conversations, and then use real-time data through common formative assessments to see if our students are meeting those standards that we want them to meet. And by using that, we can pivot and adjust as needed to meet those needs.
So the last focus that we collaborated around is our multi-tiered systems of support integrated, our MTSSI. And within our school structure, we have three different tiers. And we thought, as we were talking this summer, that we should focus on our tier 1 level, which includes all students. So within that tier, for academics, all students are learning and being instructed using our CKLA curriculum. As well, for ELA and for math, we have Eureka Squared. We're also focusing on our tier 1 behavior systems. So our curriculum for that is our second steps, our social emotional learning, where all students are instructed using that. We're also, from our behavior solutions training this summer, we are identifying tier 1 preventive strategies that all classrooms can use prior to referring to a student support team, which would be at a tier 2 or a tier 3 level. So we're all focusing on that, as well as our SOAR matrix. So what does it look like what does self-control look like? What does on-task behavior to achieve and respect look like in all the different areas of our building? And that is all students.
In closure, you heard a lot about coherence, and that has been a huge part of our work, really for the last 2 years, but getting all 6 buildings on the same page. Our strategic coherence plan has been a huge part of that, giving us a vision so that we have a district level vision, we can bring it to our buildings, getting all 4 elementary buildings on the same page. But I believe this is the first year that K-12, we all have the same 3 focus areas for our building level plan. So not only does that foster coherence, but that enables us to collaborate better so that when we get together, we have data we can bring to the table. We can have some pretty powerful discussions about things that are going well, working smarter, not harder, sharing ideas and how we're going to move forward. So it has been moved forward. We have our DCC, so our District Coherence Council. We will be using our plans as a focus. Student-led conferences, our plans that we have created, our data analysis. It's nice to see where we've been and where we've headed. Another advantage of our plans is now that we're in year 2, it's not a ton of new over and over again. We're building and we're getting better and getting stronger at the things that we know are great for kids and helping us to move forward as a district. So we're focusing all of our professional development, even our right down to our PLT work on our plans moving forward to help kids learn and grow.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Question?
It's great to have them here and sharing what they're doing, bringing it to us. It's good to hear from these guys.
Mr. Murray's got to go
Thank
help
you.
coach soccer.
Stroke awareness.
All right.
Well, so,
awareness.
Mr. Murray, before you leave, I just want to first thank all the principals for being here. This is National Principals Month, so just the timing was perfect, and I do appreciate, and we all appreciate all the work that each one of you does each and every day. You're the glue between what's happening on the instructional side, what's happening on the district side, and we know you have a lot on your plates, and we really do appreciate the work that you put in each and every day. So thank you for tonight, but also thank you for everything that you do each day. So. All right. And I also have, in recognition of our Board of Education, this is National Board of Education Recognition Week. So we have from the City of Fulton, the mayoral proclamation, which I'll read. Which reads, whereas each year, School Board Recognition Week is observed by more than 700 school boards in the school district throughout the Empire State, and whereas the individuals serving as members of school boards are dedicated to children, learning, and community, and devote many hours of service to elementary and secondary public education as they continually strive for improvement, excellence, and progress in education, recognizing that all children can be successful learners, especially when education is tailored to the individual needs of the children. And whereas our local school board members are strong advocates for public education and are responsible for communicating the needs of the school district to the public and the public's expectations to the district by working closely with community members, educational professionals, and students to create the educational vision we all hold for today's students and those in the future. And whereas our community is fortunate to have such caring individuals as Board President Brenda Abelgore, Board Vice President Tim Connors, and members Nick DeJalorum, Jessica O'Brien, Fallon Hutchinson, Jennifer Mainville, and Lori Prowl, who give freely of their time to advocate for the children of our esteemed school district. And whereas during the week of October 13th through October 17th of 2025, it's important to realize the challenges these fine members of our Board of Education face. And I ask that we reflect upon the statement attributed to Deanne Hollis. The heart of a volunteer is not measured in size, but by the depth of the commitment to make a difference in the lives of others. Now, therefore, I, James Rice, Mayor of the City of Fulton, do hereby proclaim October 13th through October 17th as School Board Recognition Week in the City of Fulton, and urge all its residents to take the time to thank a school board member, past and present, for their commitment to our children's future. So we want to thank all of you for everything that you do, and again, hitting on the piece that we know that you're volunteering your time and your commitment to our children, our community is greatly appreciated. We did get each of you a little gift here, just as a thank you as well. So again, thank you for everything you do for our school district.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think that's all of our updates.
All right.
Yeah.
Action 5.01, accept financials.
Move it?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Passes 600. Action 5.02, to accept a donation from King & King.
Move it.
Second?
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Passes 600. Thank you very much to King & King. Their donation is going towards our school champion supplies, so that is much appreciated. Action 5.03, approve disposal of surplus property.
Move it?
Second.
There's a lot of seconds. Nick, okay. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Passes 600. Action 5.04, to accept the audit.
Move it?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Passes 600. Action 5.05 is
Could I?
Sure.
Sorry. Actually, I was going to ask Kate to just give a little brief.
Let's move it first, and we'll have,
Okay.
before we vote on
Okay.
it, we'll,
Move it?
yep.
Second.
Okay, so Fallon and Lori. All right.
Sure. So as part of the overall audit experience, we received the audit report, which is the lengthy document that you'll all receive a hard copy of when we get the final report. It was in draft form that you received. And that goes through the different funds, talks about the district's assets and liabilities and assesses the overall financial condition of the district. So that's the lengthy audit report that we receive every year. Along with that, we get a management letter. And the auditors provide us just with a brief description of what they found in terms of our internal controls within the business office. And this year, like most years, they did not find any material weaknesses, but they usually offer some items for consideration. And what we do is we take those items that they offer for our consideration and develop a CAP or a corrective action plan. And all of these documents, the audit, the corrective action plan, we upload for the state to review. That's another requirement of the audit. It all has to be uploaded for the state. So the corrective action plan that we're going to vote on next just takes their recommendations or their considerations, and then we respond. So each year they bring up the transportation services contract and the fact that it hasn't been competitively bid in some time. And our response is the same, that, and they know it's going to be the same. Mike says so in the audit committee meeting, that it would not be in our best financial interest to competitively bid our transportation contract. We do not feel. The second consideration was the school lunch fund. Our program's fund balance exceeds the recommended amount, or the allowable amount actually by the state, by a little over, or almost $89,000, which is better than it was last year actually. And Mrs. Schertz actually keeps a running sort of list of items that she could purchase. So if we need to spend that down by a little bit, we certainly can, just to bring it in line with what the compliance calls for. You know, we want to remain in compliance, but it's also, it's okay to have a fund balance, to have a little bit of extra in that account. But again, we'll remain in compliance, and if we need to spend it down by the $89,000, we certainly can. And the final item for consideration was making sure that we have our claims auditor review any electronic payments that we make from the business office, and we can put that into place as well. We'll just need to make sure we train her on how to, she'll have to view those payments in WinCap, whereas when she views our other payments, like on the warrants, those are paper copies. So it'll just be a matter of getting her into WinCap. So those were all relatively, I guess, minor, I feel, but those are the items that were in the corrective action plan that hopefully we'll vote on next and then upload for the state's review.
So all our systems and controls are,
Yeah, that's what,
Thumbs up.
actually, that's what Mike Devon said in our audit committee meeting, and, you know, I really have to extend my appreciation to Paula and the other staff in the business office. It's nice to hear those things, you know, once in a while, so.
Out of curiosity, the action plan referred to two sources said that, about the busing, it said that there had been, like it had been looked into, and the two sources had said that it wouldn't be beneficial for us to revote. What are those sources, and like how extensively were they looked into? Just questioning.
Yeah, so these were, that's an older response. It was actually done before my time here. What we've found is our existing contract with Golden Sun is likely much lower than anything we would receive if we were to put out an RFP and conduct a competitive bid. So we don't, it's not a requirement that we bid this contract, it's just,
We haven't put out.
and the auditor
that
would
we-
say it's best practice. Every so often you do rebid contracts like this. But in this case, we don't feel that it would be to our benefit.
Okay.
How many years have it been with Golden Sun? I remember Golden Sun when I was in elementary school.
1979. What was it? 1979 was the original contract.
I'm going way back before that. Who'd we use? I always thought it was Golden
that's-
Sun.
It
Sorry.
can, I mean, that's the contract I can find.
No, it's not important, I just know that we've been with them a long
And,
time
you
to,
know,
put
We
it
get
up to
really good
state.
service
They
as
take care of
well.
us
It's
and
not
our
just the
kids,
price, it's
so,
they
yeah.
take good care of our kids, so.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
All right. So if there isn't any other questions, we're gonna go ahead and take our vote on those. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Passes 600. Thanks for the information on that, Kate. Action 5.06, approve the TRS Retirement Contribution Reserve Subfund.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Passes 600. Action 6.01, approve the Committee on Special Education.
Move it.
Second?
Okay. Tim, no, but who did you get for the move it?
Lori.
Okay. Because I heard next, so, okay. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Passes 600. Okay. Moving on to our personnel, we are going to batch, if I can have one of my colleagues, 7.01 to the 7.08 personnel.
Move it.
Second?
Fallon and Tim, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Passes 600. And then 7.09, so if you can move it.
Move it.
Second?
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Abstaining? Passes 510. I think that was our last one, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Okay, we're gonna move on to board forum. Mrs. Hutchinson, would you like to start us out?
I would love to start us off. I wanted to give a big shout out, I've been forgetting the past couple of meetings, to Alex Richmond, our PR guy, our video guy. He has done such a phenomenal job with all of the videos, the flybys, the champions, all the back to school pictures. I mean, over the past few months, I've seen such amazing stuff come out. He's doing an excellent, excellent job. So I just wanted to say, you know, to Alex, well done. He's outstanding job. We are very lucky to have him. I wanted to say thank you to all of our principals here. I know that we live stream these videos so you guys can watch it from the comfort of your homes, but we do appreciate our staff being here. We do love to see all of our staff and, you know, all forms, but we really like seeing people here.
So come join us anytime.
So please come back, we don't fight. Thank you, Mayor Rice, for your wonderful acknowledgement, and also again to King and King for the generous donation for our school champions. It is a wonderful thing that we look forward to and our staff rightly deserve. So thank you so much, and that's it from me.
All right, Mrs. O'Brien.
I have to say thank you to Nick for, you know, spending your Thursday night coming up and being a delegate for us, for NYSBA. And also thank you to all the principals who came in and how hard you're working at just creating a consistent environment for our students. And I think that it's amazing, like that your collaboration and I'm sure that it's felt throughout the building, and how you're together and that it's just strengthening the district, which I think so much, thank you so much. And thank you to King and King for donating to our fund and so that we can have more champion dollars, which is awesome. And thank you to the mayor for shouting out and appreciating our volunteer work.
Awesome. Ms. Prowl.
Well, I can't add to that, but thank you for Mrs. Hendrickson and all the principals, thank you. I know it's a hard job, I know. Thank you all. And I want to say thank you to Kate for the explanation of the corrective action plan and to Mayor Rice. And I'd also like to say congratulations to Fulton champions for October, Denise Rodriguez, Jackie Zaborowski, Stephanie Zimmerman, and I made sure they were already aware of it before I was going to say this.
Stole my thunder.
And I want to say
You missed
sorry.
one, Elida Martini.
Oh,
We had 4 champions this month.
okay, and congratulations to Arletta Martini. I'd also like to say congratulations to our Fulton Saving Bank Students of the Month and Avaro Cadenas, Alas, and Anthony Rourke. I may have misspoke his name, Bob. And then congratulations to Amy Vogel of Fairgrave, who for September got the Excellence in Teaching Award. And also I'd like to mention, having gone through this, there's a FAFSA presentation, which is a financial aid, November 4th from 6 to 7. I hear it's a little more simplified, but I highly recommend anyone going to get any information on it they can possibly get, because it's very difficult to get through. So,
That would be
Especially
one thing
that
I've been
first-
asking for years, if we can get a video presentation to put on our website. Like even if it's not that night, to sit with the counselor
Yeah.
and do, just so it's a resource for families, because yes, it is so absolutely important.
Detailed.
yeah, it is, I mean, it's
Yes.
great, but it's very frustrating. I don't know
Yes.
how else to explain it, but, so I highly
Until you
recommend.
know.
Yeah.
But yes, you have definitely been asking for that for a while, so, yes. Anything else, Ms. Brown?
Oh, no, I think that's it.
All right. Mr. DeLorean?
It's all been said.
I know, right?
Yeah, everything that everybody said. But I would like to thank Mr. Capani for his efforts in the champion program, and Ms. Hooper for all you do down there in the business office. That's not an easy job.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Connors?
I'm gonna have to ditto on Nick. Again, principals, thank you for being here. Thank you for all the work you do. And I just want to give an extra shout out for Doug because, you know, although he hasn't even been here a year yet, I've definitely felt the impact of you being here, systems, communication, things that I didn't think I could expect to be happening are, and just the way you handle situations and do things. So really just a shout out to you and the great work you've been doing so far.
Thank you.
All right. I want to thank all of my fellow board members. It is a pleasure to be on the board with you, and the work we do it sometimes goes unnoticed, but, you know, I wouldn't want to be sitting next to anybody else right now. You guys are a great group, and I look forward to what we accomplish over the next year. So, also, I have Oswego County School Boards Association meeting. For those of you who might be joining, the next meeting is October 27th. It will be Monday. Is that Monday? Is Monday the 27th?
It is.
If you did not receive an email invite, let me know, and I will reach out to Tom so that he can send that out to you guys. It'll be at the tavern. So that is next, or a couple of Mondays. So the only last thing I want to shout out that everybody else did not was I have a little neighbor friend, well, 2 of them, and they are excited to be part of the Senior High Area All-State concert that will be coming up in November. So, and to hear that 12 of our students, if my information is correct, my little neighbor friend told me 12 of her peers are going to the Area All-State. That concert is, I think, the end of November. That is an amazing accomplishment for our young musicians. They come from 3 different counties where they choose the students for the zone that we live in. So great things are happening with our students in the music world, and I can't wait to hear how their experience went, or goes. And then, thank you, principals, come back and visit anytime. All right, we do not have anybody unless someone wants to jump up and second public forum. Going once, twice, sold, okay. We do have to enter a brief executive session. We will be going, Mr. Lawrence has asked to enter the executive session to discuss the employment history of a particular person or corporation, or the medical, financial, or credit history of a particular person or corporation, of matters to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or corporation. So, we're going to go ahead and if somebody could move that.
Move it.
Move
Could
it.
you be more specific?
And who, Fallon, were you the second?
Yes.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Thank you for joining us. If you haven't already, get out there and enjoy that soccer game or what's left of the evening. It's a beautiful night out there. All right. All right, welcome back. We are gonna go into adjournment, but Mrs. Hutchinson had something she would like to add.
Oh, yes, I just wanted to congratulate Sullivan Strong and Raylan Cooper for their election to class president. Raylan's my son, so if I didn't say, so congratulations, boys.
Awesome,
At
thank
the
you.
Ninth grade.
Perfect.
And I will motion to adjourn.
Okay, and can I have somebody second that?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Passes 700. Thank you for joining us this evening.